Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam, Vande Guru Paramparam, Vande Guru Paramparam. तुम थोड़ा पीछे हो जाओ तो they can also see. We were on the, so we concluded in the seventh verse, the jiva, the soul under the influence of ego, born out of incomplete knowledge. So what is death? Death is incomplete knowledge of your essential nature. That is death. Death is not, and we go with the three reasons why death is not possible. And therefore, because he does not have the knowledge about his true nature, therefore he follows the wrong ways and can never attain oneness with his essential nature. And what is the wrong ways? Gila kachra, sukha kachra. Wet garbage and dry garbage. Dry garbage, possessions, wet garbage, relations. And why they are born? Because of body identification. And who is he really? The conscious principle, the eternal principle. And how do we remember the eternal principle? The question comes up. Just like the example given in our scriptures is just like when a child is coming late from school, and the mother is at home, the food is ready, or she's cooking and doing the chores of her house. But where is her attention while doing everything in the house? Her attention is why 3 o'clock the child has not come back yet. And she's continuously thinking about her child. But all her activities in the house are going on. Exactly the same way, and all you mothers and parents, you have gone through that. So find out what is that which made you perform all your activities and you are still remembering your child. Same way, you remember the spirit all the time, even while going through the activities. We think activities requires our energy, requires our effort. You have trained yourself. Like I trained myself to speak, I can keep blabbering. Someone is a doctor, he has trained himself. He doesn't have to read books every day to tell what the diagnosis of the patient. Someone who is in IT, he may have to upgrade, but basic knowledge is there. Similarly, you also performing actions, all that memory is there in you. It's happening. And with that, now the next verse, 8th verse says, Te mohitas tadvashe vartamana ita pretas tatra punah patanti tatastam deva anupariplavante ato mrityum maranad abhyupaiti. Those who are thus under the influence of ego remain deluded, and having left this world after death, again fall back to this world of relativity. Thereafter, the sense organs make this jiva run about, and thus he keeps on going from death to death, meaning from ignorance of his own essential nature to ignorance of his own essential nature in the next life also, because it is the jiva's journey, it is not the spirit's journey. And what does this mean? That ego remains deluded. How does ego remain deluded? By remaining attached to the world, by remaining attached to what the senses are perceiving, by remaining attached to the body, by remaining attached to the memories. The human birth, as I told in the first satsang, human birth is to empty yourself of all your memories. That's why this birth has come as a prarabdha. But what do? We collect more memories. Who collects the memories? The ego. Because the ego is functioning with attachment. Where there is attachment, their memory gets formed, impressions get formed. Those impressions then become the reason for the next birth. See? And we already know that the soul, and whenever the soul leaves the body, you may think that after retirement I will take the name of the Lord, at the time of death I will take the name of the Lord, when I have finished my, when I have enjoyed my children, I have enjoyed my grandchildren, then I will take the name of the Lord. The dissolution of the body, what we know as death, the breath stopping and the body not able to support life, it can happen anytime. But the ego believes and lives in this illusion or delusion that it will continue and it still has time. That tomorrow again it will get up, again it will function. But there is no guarantee. Like last year, one person went to Kailash. He was a Russian. After we went, he went to Kailash and he didn't take any Sherpa with him. And he had a stroke and he died. Otherwise, he was going to come back, all his cameras with the photographs, everything. He didn't know what was going to happen. So, always, the last thought that we are going to have in our mind is the result of your entire life. When the death comes, the physical death comes, what you understand as death, the last thought is the summum bonum of your entire impressions, attachments, convictions, practices, disciplines that you have done in your life. At that time you cannot say, or right now, I have done so many merits, I am sure at the time of death the Lord's name will come. It is not enough. You have to get, until and unless you don't get lost in it. If death is coming next moment, what is the thought right now? If you are walking, what is the thought right now? Is it Om Namah Shivaya? Is it Ram Ram Ram? Is it Krishna Krishna Krishna? Or is it thinking about some worldly thing? So here a caution is given to us. It's not that it's telling that you are wrong. It's just reminding you that if you want eternal happiness, then this is, as an individual who is attached to memories, who is attached to body, who is attached to anything, it's impossible for that person to attain immortality. And then when he's born again in the next body, that soul, then again that those senses go after the objects and the impressions are again formed and the soul again gets identified with them and the journey continues in ignorance, in delusion. So this cycle we have to stop, and that stopping of that cycle is called as moksha, liberation, nirvana. Karmodaye karma phalanuragaha tatranuyanti nataranti mrityum sadartha yoga navagamat samantat pravartate bhoga yogena dehi. He is telling how he engages with ego, with kartapan, with the doership. Having engaged themselves in various kinds of karma. What are the various karmas that we get engaged in? Duties towards our family, towards our body, towards our food, towards our gods, by the pujas, the archas and the chanting and the japa and the pilgrimages. All this comes under karma. Having engaged themselves in various kinds of karma, the souls, which souls? The deluded souls, those who are going from cycle after cycle in rebirth, remain attached to the results of those karmas, and thus they do not overcome death or they do not transcend death. And this, either you understand in one go in this trip that the Atma does not die, the soul does not die, and the body does not die. If this much also it clicks, somewhere Eureka will happen. See? And if you keep thinking, that is true, then, and the transformation from inside will automatically start taking place. So here he is saying that the souls remain attached to the results. So why are we doing pilgrimage? Are we expecting any result out of it? Are we doing it for someone's benefit? Are we doing it because we want to? This is a very holy thing to do, and I will go to heaven. I will collect so many merits that all my demerit points will be cancelled. Is that the reason? We all have demerit points. So is that the reason? Or are you doing it for the joy of it? Because the moment you are in joy of it, it can happen here and now. I'll give you one example. Some of you have heard. Once there were two pandits. One pandit, he used to chant Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya. And because he was chanting the mantra every day under the Audumbar tree, under the Vatavriksha, he used to sit and he used to chant. That's all he used to do. And whenever he used to finish time, slowly, the Lord, because he was so in tune, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam, Ye Jana Paryupasate, Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam, Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. Lord has said in Bhagavad Gita, if you think of me exclusively, that means without getting distracted, I will take care of what you have, means I will protect what you have, and I will bring to you what you need. And wealth was there, food was there, helpers were there, everything was going wonderful. The next door neighbor, another pandit, he saw, hey man, what are you doing? He says, I only take the name of the Lord, that's all I do. Can I also take the name of the Lord? Yes, you can also take the name of the Lord. But this fellow was a copycat. He was not doing because he had love for the Lord, he was doing it because this fellow, just by chanting, he is getting everything in his life. I will also, because we all want leverage in life, isn't it? What is leverage? Doing more with less is leverage, isn't it? Minimum efforts, maximum return. That is what we all want in life. So, he's just putting efforts in taking the name of the Lord and enjoying also, and everything is coming to him. So he also starts, he also gets everything in his life. One day, by chance, because they were chanting Om Namo Narayana for such a long time, the Narad Muni passed by. He said, and gave them darshan. The first Pandit, the genuine one, he said, Arey Narad Muni, oh, we are so blessed. Whenever you next visit Vaikuntha, can you please ask Lord Narayana, after how many lives will I get liberation? And the second Pandit said, ditto, me also, I want to ask the same question. So Narad Muni went away. After a few years, he came back. And when he came back, the genuine Pandit, the first one, not the duplicate one, the first one, he said, did you ask? He said, yes, he answered. He says, what did he answer? My God, he answered our question. And he says, yes, this tree under which you are staying, this peepal tree or Vatavriksha, as many number of leaves are there on this tree. After that many births, you will get moksha. The one who is coping, he says, this life also I wasted and so many lives I have to do chanting of Om Namo Narayana. I am going to enjoy what I have now. He got up and walked away. The original one, he said, Lord gave me a fixed number. And he went into ecstasy. There and then, Vishnu Dutas came, Narayana Dutas came and took him to Vaikuntha. This is the power of the name. This is the power of remembering continuously what your essential nature is. So here I am taking the example of Lord's name, but here we are going to Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya is the representation, incarnation, expression of that infinite reality. He is the Ishvara. So help yourself in this manner. And when we are doing exclusive remembrance of the Lord's name, no other thoughts of the world, no thoughts of the memory. Initially they will come, but after some time they keep getting burned away because of the fire that is generated by chanting the name of the Lord. By continuous engagement with the divine theme, whether you call it Atma, whether you call it Spirit, but it has to be done within. It cannot be Narayana's Om Namah Shivaya on the lip and the mind is going somewhere else. That does not work. Where the mantra is on your lips, the breath is synchronized with the mantra, or mantra is synchronized with the breath, and your attention is that Om Namah, because in whose presence this Om Namah Shivaya is being chanted within me. Who is noticing that the mantra is coming and going? Who is noticing that the synchronization of the breath with the mantra is taking place? Who knows when the mantra is there? And when there is no mantra between the two mantras, there is a gap. Who knows that gap? When your attention slowly migrates to that, very quickly, here and now, the ultimate destination can be is revealed. And these embodied souls, not knowing their real nature and under the compulsion of the results of their own karma, keep on wandering here and there, hither and thither, from one place to the other, from one pilgrimage to the other pilgrimage, from one temple to another temple, from one puja to next puja, from one japa to next japa. Because in the end, all this must stop. Why do we do karma? I'm asking. What is the purpose of karma? Purpose of karma is karmani chitta shuddhartham. Karma is to be done to purify your mind. But what do? We do karma with some expectation of a result. Our Bhagavad Gita says karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. But we have a result. See? So perform all activity without any expectation. Then how do you do it? We were chanting one mantra in our car today. Life is a time pass. Kya farak padta hai. Life is a time pass. Don't take it too seriously. So every step enjoy, every chant enjoy. Lose yourself in it. And so karma is done for chitta shuddhi. Chitta meaning, remember, mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. These are the four instruments of the way the mind, the inner equipment functions. Chitta means memories. Chitta shuddhyartham. Then what does japa do? Japa does ekagrayam. It helps you become single-pointed. In single-pointedness, there are three stages. One is dharana, second is dhyan, and it leads to samadhi. But by doing karma, can we become ekagra? You can, but it must lead to the next stage. There should be no guilt if karma is not complete. You must lose yourself in the act that you are doing. And that is only possible when your mind, your hands, and whatever act is being done is all synchronized. What we call as synchronization, karma is done at three levels. Manasa, vacha, and what is the last one? Kaya, at the body level. When these three are synchronized, then there is no ego. Then you are there. So these are just reminders for us. If this is not happening, then such a soul keeps moving from one place to another place, one temple to another temple, one scripture to another scripture, one mantra to another mantra. Why? I took Ram's mantra and nothing has improved in my life. I will change it to Krishna. Then you take Krishna's mantra and still nothing changes. Then you come to Shiva. Then Shiva also. And in this way, in the 10th verse, he says, Tadvai mahamohanam indriyanam mityartha yogesya gatirhi nitya mityartha yoga bihatantaratma smarannupaste vishayan samantat. This habit of indulgence is the height of delusion. Indulgence in what? Indulgence in objects, indulgence in the body, indulgence in food, indulgence in shopping, indulgence in relations. This is the height of foolishness, according to our scriptures. For whom? For those who are seeking liberation. Only for those. rest, so continue, no problem. This habit of indulgence, if at all you want to indulge, why don't you indulge in the spirit? Why don't you indulge in the Atma? Why don't you indulge in the Lord's name? It is going to give you a happy mind, because nothing in this world is ever going to give you a happy mind. The habit of indulgence is the height of delusion for the senses, because this jiva essentially is attracted towards illusory objects. What is illusion? What is the definition of illusion? That which appears but is not there. Rainbow is an illusion. It appears but is not there. Father, mother, daughter, sister are an illusion, because only man or woman is there. But these roles are not there. But you have taken them to be real and forgotten that you are first the man. Without man, these roles cannot, man or woman, you cannot play those roles. But we have given so much importance to those roles that we lose the plot and get carried away, and fall under the impact of that which we have taken as real. Do we take the blueness of the sky? Illusory objects are useful. Sunrise is useful. Sunset is useful to regulate your day. But is sunrise real? Is sunset real? Does sun ever come down? Does sun ever rise? No, he is hanging in his own place all the time. Isn't it? We enjoy the blueness of the sky. Is the sky blue? Or is it colorless by nature? Colorless by nature. In this way, here he says, because this jiva is essentially attracted towards illusory objects, our attention is not on the gold, our attention is on the ornaments. Our attention is not on the mud, our attention is on the pots, because they are useful. Ornaments, they are useful, I can look beautiful. But is that real? No, goldsmith's attention is on the gold. You go and sell him back, I need money, he will not pay you what you paid him. He will pay you only for the original. Therefore, in association with these illusory objects, falls from his essential divine nature, and constantly remembering the worldly objects, keeps indulging in them. So instead of remembering the divine theme continuously, he keeps thinking about the worldly objects or beings again and again, and creates a whirlpool within his mind or her mind. And then whirlpool, what does the whirlpool do? It sucks you in. And when it sucks you in, you cannot protect yourself. You cannot see the clear picture of life, because you are at your emotional worst at that time. And this is why it is happening, because overindulgence in the objects and beings of the world. And who are they? Illusion. What is illusion? That which is born and that which is going to go out of creation. That which has come into creation and goes out of creation is an illusion. Thought is an illusion, breath is an illusion, body is an illusion, everything associated with this body is an illusion. What you see, hear, touch, feel, taste is an illusion. What you imagine and you are convinced of is an illusion. Take it in the right spirit, what is being told here by the scripture, Sanat Sujatiya, by the Sanat Kumaras. Because if our attention is on realizing our eternal nature, which is Satchidanand Swarup, which is ever existence, all knowing and ever happy, causeless happiness, then we have to think differently. If we keep thinking what we are thinking till now, we'll keep getting what we have been getting till now. We have to think out of the box. And that's why we come to the scriptures, that's why we are going on the pilgrimage. Last one for today. Abedhya vai prathamam hanti chainam kama krodhau gruhya chainam cha paschat etan balan mrutyave prapayanti dhirastu dhairyena taranti mrityum. First of all, he falls. Now he is telling how the jiva falls, why he doesn't rise. First of all, he falls by contemplating on the worldly objects, we already told. Then, once he falls for the object, then he desires that object. And when he doesn't get that desired object, he becomes angry. 3 stages. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangaste shupajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha. Kamaha means desire. Kamat krodho bhijayate. Desire can only lead to anger. But how do we live? We have a bucket list. I have to take this, I have to take this, I have to take this. Don't keep the list. Let nature, maybe nature has something better to give you. But we have limited ourselves with that list. See? So here he says, first of all, he falls by contemplating on the worldly objects, then desire and anger take possession and destroy him. These delusions, desire and anger, lead the foolish jiva to death. Death meaning forgetting his essential nature and then living in the, and what the death here means, continuously living in the fear of survival. I have to take insurance, I have to live, I hope I don't die, I think I have to, I'm not able to breathe, what is going to go, oh my God, oh my God. However, the wise one, dhirastu dhairyena taranti mrityum. Dhira, the wise person. Who is this wise person? The wise one with patience and inner strength transcend the realm of death. Only with, what does Shirdi Sai Baba say? Shraddha and Saburi. What is Shraddha? Extreme faith, unshaken faith in the divine. And what is the second part? Saburi, patience. Both are required. And if you have these two qualities, here he is saying Shraddha in the supreme, divine theme, and patience, not expecting that it should give me immediate result. No, have patience. You will attain the immortality. And that is how the wise people live in this world. Some people you have met Satya Sai Baba, some of you have met or heard Paramananda Maharaj from Vrindavan, some of you have met some other Mahatmas, Ammachis, some of you must have met. How are they able to maintain that poise even after hugging 10, 20,000 people in a day? Continuously smiling, continuously the vibhuti fragrance coming out of their body. How come? Such a huge work they are doing, and yet ever smiling, ever, the eyes are ever smiling and bright and ready to play. But we, as an egoistic jiva, we become serious about every damn small thing. So, take the path of the wise rather than take the path of the foolish. This comes in Mundaka Upanishad. Paravidya and Aparavidya. Aparavidya is of the foolish who run after the relative things which are not real, and Paravidya is those wise people who only talk about, think about, contemplate about that which cannot be gained. Truth cannot be gained, it has to reveal. But you have to keep contemplating on it, work toward, I will not say work towards it, because that truth is already your nature. It is a gainless gain. It is not something I eat, I have a hunger now, after talking so long and chanting, now I am hungry. The food comes, my hunger is satiated. It is not like that. But after some time again hunger will come by morning. This truth is not like that. Once it is gained or once it is realized, once it reveals, story over. Then you don't have to do any practice as such. Because it's already grabbed you. You have merged into it. And with this thought, contemplate in your own free time, and we'll conclude here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just sit quietly for a few moments. Hari Om.